I thought we were losing. It was just a matter of time.
And it began to cross my mind, maybe this invasions failed.
But one man has been watching from offshore. He sees that without leadership and belief, the mission at Omaha Beach will fail. At 51, he's the oldest soldier there. General Norman Dutch Cotta. He's from a humble background. In the Army, accepted to West Point, he excelled. Later, he married Eleanor Roosevelt's cousin. Now, a few hundred yards off Omaha Beach, Cotta realizes this is the defining moment of his career, and he acts.
Cotta knows he has three priorities. One is to inject some leadership, two is to get his men off the beach, and three is then to take the attack to the Germans.
Once ashore, Cotta takes control.
Suddenly, some of my men, they said, "Hey, Captain, look at that guy down there." And I looked down the beach about 100 to 150 yards, and here was a man waving a cigar, and he was yelling at people on the beach.
It was hard to believe that somebody was running across that beach because the beach was still active with firing.
Even at that range, he looked a little rotund compared to most of us, and we said, "Wonder what he is."
The man was fearless.
What he decided at that point was, okay, what I need to do is to take charge of this situation because I see death and destruction and chaos, and I need to take charge here because no one is.
We're gonna get to that desert and we're gonna break out of this beach.
Cotta was up, he was talking, he was encouraging the people, imparting some of his bravery into them.
He said, "We can't stay here. We got to go inland."
As he was leaving me, he turned and said, "I know you won't let me down."
But leadership also requires strategy.
Just beyond the seawall, there were two lines of barbed wire. Cotta needed to get his men through them and across the open ground beyond before they could start to attack the Germans in their gun positions.
Getting through the first line of barbed wire is relatively simple. The challenge is to cut through the second line, 10 yards up the hill. The Bangalore torpedo can do the job for Cotta and the men, but it must be put into place. And the first men to try to do it have just been killed. When General Dutch Cotta arrived on Omaha Beach, he faced an almost impossible task. American soldiers are pinned down on a narrow strip of sand, trapped by Germans on one side, the sea on the other. Weary and wounded, they're close to giving up. Now Cotta must inspire them to believe they can win the battle. To get off the beach, they must climb a hill and cut through barbed wire, a job that's already cost him lives. Help seems just offshore. 12 warships able to fire on the German bunkers in support of the men on Omaha Beach. The captain of one ship, James Sims of the USS Frankfurt, wants to help, but can't. He's under orders to hold off. His job is not to save soldiers on the beach, but to protect the vulnerable fleet of troop ships stationed offshore. For the moment, that leaves General Cotta and his men on their own. The first part of Cotta's plan to get off the beach works. They blow a hole in the barbed wire barrier. Waiting near the top of the hill for them is an MG-42 machine gun, firing 25 bullets a second. One of Cotta's men volunteers to charge the fastest machine gun in the world.
Imagine you're Cotta. For the second time, you found yourself in a moment of crisis. One man is shot, screaming in agony. Your other soldiers watching on, their resolve wavering. What do you do?
That general knew that he was in command at that time and that he needed to make something happen or they were all gonna die.
Cotta shows his resolve with a now famous remark. Gentlemen, we are being killed on the beaches. Let us go inland and be killed. He then deploys the best weapon at his disposal. Leadership. And is the first to run up the hill. One commander's decision leads to action that inspires his men. It will prove a major turning point in the battle for Omaha Beach. Cotta leads the charge.